Hey guys, Underground Geek here. So let's talk about probably the best anime ever created, in my opinion, quote unquote, in my opinion. And what that is that's Dragon Ball Z. Now, if you're just tuning into this and you don't really know what anime is or anything, this is kind of a good door opener for that kind of subject, and I'll be happy to help you on your road to learning what anime is. Now, anime is Japanese animation. It's their form of television shows for that kind of thing, but it's a little different than American cartoons. Okay, so over there, Japanese anime are like regular TV shows. Their movies are like regular movies. And, it's a lot cheaper to do that than to make live action movies. So their anime is on par or better than our actual live action movies. They just figured out that that was the best way to go about it, and that's what they're doing. Their live action stuff sucks. If you've ever seen Attack on Titan live action, it sucks. Now, I love the way that they did the old school dudes in the suits for that, though. That was really cool. But, the story was nah. The story was just eh. It was 4 out of 5, or no, 4 out of 10. I mean, not very good. Anyway, so I got into Dragon Ball Z when I used to watch something called Toonami on the Cartoon Network when I was a kid, and Dragon Ball Z at that point had already been out for a couple of years, and it was kind of catching up, but I wasn't too far behind. Dragon Ball Z started with Dragon Ball, where the character Goku was a kid, and after he kind of got, I think it was like in his early 20s, and moved on to Dragon Ball Z, and I mean, it was awesome. I mean, it embodied what anime was, and it was good for all ages. The anime, some of the anime is dark. I don't know if you ever seen Devilman, things like that. I mean, they can get kind of dark. Uh, but Dragon Ball Z was never like that, and I could always watch it. When the movies came on Toonami, I would never miss them. I loved Tree of Might, World's Strongest, Lord Slug when it had the band Disturbed in the soundtrack. I mean, that was amazing if you were a kid my age then. And then you had Goku, which is the main character. He's a Saiyan. He's from planet Vegeta. And if you've ever seen, if you know what Superman is, and if you don't know what Superman is, get off my channel. But if you know what Superman is, Goku is a lot like him. There's a lot of similarities between him and Superman. Okay, they were sent from their home world. Their home world was destroyed. Came to Earth, was raised by a surrogate parent, which was Grandpa Gohan. Taught him his ways and everything, and he grew up and went on adventures. Well, the thing was, when he was sent there, it wasn't like when it was Superman. Superman was sent there because his planet was going to get destroyed. Goku was sent there to conquer Earth. Okay, what they do is they send a baby there, and after he got to a certain age, he got strong enough, he would conquer the planet for them. And when he got there, he bumped his head and lost all of his memories. So Grandpa Gohan raised him in the ways of kung fu and all that good stuff, yada yada yada. He grows up and becomes a great warrior. Well, because he's a Saiyan, he gets stronger after every fight. He doesn't know this because he doesn't know very much about himself, but he gets stronger after every fight. So it's not too long until he's the strongest there, world's strongest. But then Dragon Ball Z starts out, and at this point, he's become friends with Piccolo, which used to be a big villain in Dragon Ball. And they're going on their adventures together, and they first learn what other Saiyans are, and that's where Goku kind of learns his origin, fighting his brother Raditz. Raditz comes to finish what he was supposed to have done, and through Goku and Piccolo teaming up, they stop Raditz, but Raditz being so strong, it took Piccolo everything he had, and he ended up killing Goku by accident. And for you to not know, Piccolo's a Namekian, but he doesn't actually know he's a Namekian because he, was on Earth too, and he doesn't know what's going on, and nobody knows who they are and where they come from. Anyway, so that kind of gets Dragon Ball Z kicked off, and at that point you had the Saiyan saga, where Prince Vegeta and Nappa shows up, probably one of the best characters on Dragon Ball Z, I think. Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. You know, there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps, and that's his pride. And so it goes on through the Saiyan saga. Goku fights Vegeta. I mean, it's one of the most iconic fights in anime ever. It's not quite as long as a fight I'm about to tell you about later, but it's one of the most iconic. And I got to say, Goku's Kaioken technique that he learns from King Kai, which is a whole different subject, is my favorite technique out of the whole show. I like Kaioken more than I like Super Saiyan. Now, when Goku turned Super Saiyan, I think my eyeballs rolled in the back of my head and my skin melted off because it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen because they played it up for about 10 episodes before he got it. And that's a trademark about Dragon Ball Z. If you're going to start watching Dragon Ball Z, I would suggest just watching Dragon Ball Kai because they sum up a lot of the episodes and the art is a little bit more updated and everything. And that's what I would do if I was you. So Dragon Ball Z goes on at this point. Goku keeps getting stronger. He then develops the technique Super Saiyan with his golden hair, and he gets a 50 times power up. So at this point, he's the strongest. And then you get a couple movies where he's fighting different bad guys in a Super Saiyan form. But when he turns Super Saiyan, he has to fight the most iconic villain on the show, Frieza. Now, Frieza is played out to me. I mean, he's been on Super way too much. That's a whole different show I'll tell you about in a minute, Dragon Ball Super. Just go away, Frieza. We understand you're great, but you're ruining your legacy because they keep bringing you back. I would rather they brought back his brother, his dad, any of the other villains on the show, but no. So anyway, when Goku fights Frieza, it goes on for I think 8 episodes is their fight, and it's the longest fight in anime history. Um, Still this date, and it's most iconic. The planet's Frieza has done something to the planet. It's going to blow up in 5 minutes, and it lasts for like 8 hours. The longest 5 minutes ever. So Goku beats him through Super Saiyan, keeps getting stronger, keeps getting stronger. You have Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. It keeps going on and on and on. Super Saiyan 3 is probably my most favorite Super Saiyan transformation. He has the long hair, the no eyebrows. It takes him 30 minutes to turn into it. Quick little information about the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. When the English voice actor first did the Super Saiyan 3 transformation recording, he actually passed out in the studio because he was screaming for so long. That is awesome, and that shows his true passion. And if you hear the voice actor for Vegeta and Goku talking in real life, they look nothing like the characters, of course, because they're cartoon characters. But when they start talking about them, you just get chills. It's kind of like when you hear the guy that does Optimus Prime. When he starts talking, I'm like, oh man, say it. And then he goes, Autobots, roll out. And I'm, oh my God, he did it, he said it. And, it just makes you just happy inside. Well, anyway, so Dragon Ball Z goes on for many sagas all the way. I think it ends with the Buu saga. I won't ruin that for you. And then we get something started like 10 years later called Dragon Ball Super. Now, they did Dragon Ball GT, but it's not canon. And I'm sad about that because I kind of like Dragon Ball GT. I feel like the art was a little bit too dark color-wise, but other than that, it was pretty good. It's just they kind of messed up on certain aspects. Goku shouldn't have been a child the entire series, things like that. But Dragon Ball Super started like 10 years later, and it got me all giddy on the inside again because I was really excited to see this again. I loved Dragon Ball Z growing up. It was one of the top shows I watched. Dragon Ball Z, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, things like that. And then Dragon Ball Super comes out, and it's kind of a dud. I mean, it comes out, the art is kind of like something you see out of Marvel. It's very bad. Everybody gets upset about it, and they don't really seem to care. This goes on for, like 10, 15 episodes. The art's not very good, and then all of a sudden something changes. I think they finally kind of realized that people was going to come burn their houses down. So they got better artists. They did better shading. The art's getting a little bit better as this show goes on. But it's not Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball Super. And basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, hey, let's make some money off Dragon Ball Z. with this new show. That's what they're doing. I mean, because it's not that interesting, but it is pretty cool. I mean, the Dragon Ball transformation, Dragon Ball Super transformation, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan is pretty awesome. Yeah, and you're going to get confused because it's got Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken. You know, they pack these transformations on top of each other because it's more powerful. And they don't go around saying that long name. Like they don't go around, hey, I'm a Super Saiyan. They just say Super Saiyan Blue is Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. You know, that kind of shortens it a little bit, makes it a little bit better. But if you like comic books and you like cartoon TV shows in America, I think you'll really like Dragon Ball Z. And I think you need to check it out, and I think you'll really like Dragon Ball Super just because it's a lot of good fun. There's some pretty decent fights. Now it's not like Naruto Shippuden there at the end because the art was just amazing, but it's still pretty good. And then there's some iconic points in Dragon Ball Z, like Goku goes Super Saiyan, when his son goes Super Saiyan 2, when they defeat Cell and they defeat Boo. I mean, these are all very iconic in anime. You can't go in Japan without seeing something Dragon Ball Z on the walls. That's how iconic it is. And I really think you should check it out. But anyway, I just want to do this quick video. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to talk more about Dragon Ball Z and different anime, but I want to kind of get this video out there and get it started to kind of let you know my background on anime and answer any kind of questions you might have if you're thinking about getting into anime. This is a good one to kind of dip your toes in to get started. It's not too lighthearted and it's not too dark. So just let me know what you think. And thanks for watching the video. Bye.